Now here's something we haven't said for a little while. Welcome along to qualifying in China. After a few years' absence from the calendar, it is great to be back here. But just who is going to put their car on pole?
First position, front of the pack, and we're in front of Iwasa, Leclerc and Hulkenberg. The fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 31.1.
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles per hour with DRS assistance down the back straight, before the cars brake into the tight hairpin at turn 14. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, with Esteban Ocon alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hadjar, Norris, Sainz, Leclerc, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Iwasa, Leclerc, Doohan, Hulkenberg, Vesti, Behrman, Théo Pourchaire, Albon, Fittipaldi, Joe, Sonoda, and Logan Sargent. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Let's look at their season, and particularly... Here we go then, the formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint. As all the cars take their positions on the grid, the final preparations have been made, and all that's left is for the drivers to deliver on track.
Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
Here's something we haven't said for a little while. Welcome along to qualifying in China. After a few years' absence from the calendar, it is great to be back here. But just who is going to put their car on pole?
Radar suggests some weather's going to hit in around 5 minutes' time, so stay on your toes. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. The pack, that's P1, and we're in front of Leclerc, Gasly and Iwasa. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 30.4. They're in second. Right, their best lap, 1:30.6.
It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Isack Hadjar lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Gasly, Doohan, Leclerc, Iwasa, Zhou, Vesti, Théo Pourchaire, Albon, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Behrman, Sargent, Enzo Fittipaldi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have, and it's, rule number one, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you, and yes, the cars can vary in setup, from race to race and depending on who has which style, but essentially they're your barometer, the yardstick. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do. And it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
So then, the formation lap is underway here in China. This circuit has mixed driver reactions with a never-ending turn one, which tends to divide opinion. And much of the course is twisty until the back straight, which is 1.2 kilometres in length. So it's going to be interesting to see how the drivers get on today. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
Now use DRS. DRS now available. Leading the pack, that's P1. Car behind is Max. They're on fresh mediums. You've got 11 laps until your pit window opens. 27 laps to go. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done. Mate, nice work. Still a long way to go though. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap. Box this lap. Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Okay, you're sat in P2. They're on old mediums. Norris behind. They're on old mediums. Your pit window is open. Pit window currently open. All right, 16 laps to go. Okay, go, go, go! Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. P6, you got P6. Iwasa ahead. They're on old mediums. And that's Doohan behind. They're on old mediums. Okay, so gap to the leader, 24.0 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. You're running low on ERS. Reminder that you can play around with ERS modes in the MFD or lift sometimes and ease onto the brake pedal for some manual recharge. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 2.4 seconds. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic, amazing, you deserve that race win. Well done, mate.
And it's victory today for Isack Hadjar.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points during the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say?
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Hey, me again. Been chatting with some of the team higher ups, and they're delighted with the loyalty you're showing to the team and the project. Now's a good time to ask for a bonus, or a boat, or whatever it is you people get up to out of the car.
OK, mate, I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but I'm afraid to say that some of them have failed quality control. We're going to need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.